Hey guys, I want to shoot a quick video here of this Mark IV 454. We got a burn up cam, and here's one of the lifters. It's really, I've never seen that before. It's amazing. It's eaten up really bad. Could barely get it out. Had to pry it out with a vice grips. This is a new set of plugs as of just a few days ago, and the first set of plugs I pulled out they had fuel all over them. They were, obviously oily, probably fouled. Some of them were probably fouled. It's a brand new set. Cranked it up, ran it for maybe 5 minutes. It was running really rough, obviously because of the cam was already burned up and we already had lifter problems. Valves probably weren't opening worth the crap. There's a couple of collapsed lifters here as well. But anyway, I couldn't hardly get it to run the other day. Put a brand new Edelbrock carburetor on here, and it's a Coast Guard approved. It was flooding like the devil. Actually, this is the carburetor that was on it, and it was flooding really bad. And when I first crank an engine, I always leave the flame arrestor off so I can monitor exactly visually what's going on with the fuel. And sure enough, that carburetor was initially on this engine, which was a brand new build as of just a few weeks back. It was finished, and it started flooding. Well, actually, I cranked it up and ran it for about 30 minutes to an hour one day, and then the client was coming out to see the engine, and cranked it that morning, and the thing just started flooding out of the top of the carb. So we put what we thought was a good carb on this engine, ran it on the hard. It ran okay, but then started fouling out the plugs, and obviously I think what has happened here is fuel has been flooding the oil system and has contaminated the oil so bad that it just washed everything down. It's very likely got very serious problems with all the bearings. I couldn't think what I was trying to say. Although I did a rotational mass test, and I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything coming loose. But this was an audible knock from that lifter right there. And last Friday and Saturday, took the covers off and went through it and put new rocker nuts and just relashed everything and made sure everything was good, and thought it was okay. But as soon as we cranked it up, had issues with it, and there you have it. So anyway, I just want to make these videos, and also I just turned the engine over. I put some identification marks on all of these push rods. You might be able to see, one of the marks right there. For the most part, they did not rotate properly. They did rotate, but it was really delayed and kind of staggered, so obviously the whole cam is burnt up. So that means it's consistent with an oil issue. The strange thing here is this thing, it's got real milky oil just right there at that one lifter. Now, I know there's a possibility of a water leak right here, but I just don't think water could have gotten into the engine from that. I do know the first time when I pulled the valve covers off last week, there was a hell of a lot of condensation in both of the heads, and to the point that it was even, you can still see just a little there, maybe where it's still doing it, where it kind of contaminates the oil on the top end, just from the condensation out of the valve covers. I mean, I don't have them, they're in the truck right now, so anyway, I should have left them in here to show that. That's a problem with marine applications. Your engine room. Here you are. You got a space that's 6 feet by 8 feet and two 454 engines in it at close to 150, 200 degrees by the time you get the exhaust manifolds, and just a super humid environment. So anyway, major problems with this engine. Most likely metal debris has gotten into the bottom, and it's probably already circulating through the system. So could pull the cam, could put a new cam in it and put new lifters in it and magically it would crank and run really good and sound great, but it would probably eat itself alive within 2 to 3 hours. So just want to make this video for everyone's reference. Thanks.